The best of money matters. Wealth Tracker.
Welcome to the Wealth Tracker, where we dive into the uncharted territories of niche investment strategies that promise to redefine wealth. Hello, I'm Hongbin Zhang. Now, gold prices reached $3,000 an ounce for the first time earlier last month, boosted by demand for safe haven assets as investors fret about President Donald Trump's tariffs and geopolitics. Now, after a roughly 40% increase in gold prices over the past year, driven primarily by large purchases from central banks and economic uncertainty, the question arises, when will this upward trend end? Some analysts say not this year. So can gold attempt to print a fresh high, or will we see a pullback? Well, to find out more, joining me now is Priyanka Sachdeva, who's a senior market analyst at Philip Nova. Priyanka, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Hongbin. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much for joining us. Priyanka, it looks like gold prices extended their stellar run on Monday, topping $3,100 per ounce to hit another record high. How's it holding up so far? How is gold faring at the moment?
Just like you said, it's a stellar performance by gold. In fact, today, this morning, it was another record high of $3,149 per troy ounce, and gold futures registered a high of $3,177 per troy ounce. And this marks the 20th newer record high this year alone. Gold stands at a whooping 19% plus return for just the first quarter of 2025. And like you said, the surge is largely attributed to President Donald Trump. He has imposed 25% trade tariffs on automobiles last week. And that has kind of heightened the trade tensions and drove investors towards safe haven gold. Plus the uncertainty, I would say, of what could be in store more, as Trump will be announcing further tariffs tomorrow. So that has also kept the bullish buyers in gold intact, So it's very interesting to know that gold has surprisingly surpassed the significant level of $3,100 per ounce, which earlier at the beginning of the year was considered as a pivotal target by the end of 2025.
Right. I mean, everyone had been eyeing gold to kind of breach that $3,000 level last month. But what was that triggering moment that helped gold push above that key level?
You're right. So when there is a safe haven asset like gold and it does breach that 3,000 level or more, so it's very obvious to have a question that whether markets are experiencing a vibe shift or what is the reason. So, if you look back a little bit, gold also had a stellar run in 2024 with 46 record highs. And that was primarily more fundamental driven, I would say. However, in 2025, gold surge was sparked primarily by the growing uncertainty or, economic worries that are triggered because of Trump's fascination towards universal tariffs. I feel that markets are broadly convinced that Trump's tariffs will hurt global trade, and it can heighten the trade tensions between partner nations. It can even reignite some geopolitical stiff, and that will have dire economic consequences on the global growth. And, Hongbin, we live in an era of globalization where the harmony between trading nations or trading partners has been the key driver of global growth. So, which is currently being challenged by Trump's take on massive tariffs. So that's why investors are primarily running to seek shelter with the safe haven assets like gold.
I see. Well, it looks like gold is sustaining this level and continuously hitting new highs. So given the current trajectory, will gold manage to sustain above this $3,000 level?
Yes, surprisingly overwhelming that we have reached this level so soon at a very pace. And, earlier this was considered as probably a resistance or, people were thinking whether it will test or breach or not. But I feel 3,000 is now a solid foundation. Okay, we have to look at it from a different perspective. Gold's rally has been impressive, but yes, sustain it beyond $3,000 or $3,100 will depend upon not just the fundamental drivers, but the economic uncertainties we face right now. It's primarily a question of will and for how long the uncertainties of Trump's tariffs will continue to buoy gold prices. It is definitely breach of a psychological level in gold, and markets are presumably believing in an economic downturn. But whether it's an economic downturn or if vice versa, we manage to somehow tariffs and head towards Federal Reserve easing. In both the cases, I feel gold is long-term very well supported, right? So, yes, we need some short-term clarity of how President Trump tariffs will, increase global trade worries or probably lead us into a recession or not, and there will be short-term volatility in corrections and fluctuations, wider possible corrections driven by headliners. But in long term, whenever there is such kind of uncertainty and turbulence, it generally works in favor of gold.
Well, Priyanka, is there a chance of a pullback in gold prices then? I mean, how significant, if there were to be a pullback, how significant will that be, and what could trigger a pullback?
Yeah, a pullback is very much possible, I would say. In fact, if you asked me last week, I think I was pretty sure that 3,100 level is too much of a gain already. I mean, we're talking about 3 years of constant returns of 13%, 27%, and 20% in the very first quarter. So there has to be some break. There has to be some pullback, which looks very justified at this particular corner, especially say, for example, we do reach to a peace negotiation between Russia and Ukraine. We do reach to a surrounding where Trump's tariffs are not retaliated enough. We do reach to a conclusion where probably tomorrow, out of all the commodities, Trump takes out gold and does not impose any tariffs on gold imports, right? So all of these, if get solved and we somehow, have economic stability, all of this can lead to a bigger rebound in gold prices. And from a technical perspective, say the range between a 50-day moving average of 29.36 and 20-day moving average of 3,025 per ounce is a very strong support zone. And we saw a gap up this morning, right, over the weekend. So I think the prices need to come down and consolidate. So a pullback is very much possible, very much on the cards. And if we do miss out the short-lived uncertainties because of Trump tariffs, we will see some consolidation.
I see. Well, with gold continuously firming up after Trump's tariff headlines, and of course that looming April 2nd tariff announcement, will new tariffs on the horizon can push gold to be affected by those headlines, or will that momentum kind of fizzle out?
Always historically, gold is a function of fundamentals more, I believe. And, more of inflation expectation and more of central bank policies instead of the current headlines that are driving gold, okay? But yes, we cannot ignore the fact that we have seen some disconnect in gold price trajectories recently, and Trump's tariffs has definitely added significant risk premium to gold markets. So yes, there is economic repercussions of Trump's tariffs, which has escalated recessionary fears. And, keeping all that in mind, we cannot ignore that all of these headlines or data releases or, the short-term, if they're just short-term momentums for gold prices. I mean, we cannot take out the expected fundamental drivers from gold prices. So I strongly feel that headlines come and go, and these markets will definitely get a time to adjust to the tariffs, and this will fade out. But it can have a long-term implication, the implication on economic standing. And we should not ignore the fact that central banks are on the journey of de-dollarization. So that will keep gold supported for long run. But yes, the current momentum should fizzle out.
I see. Well, moving forward, other than Trump's tariffs, what else could push prices of gold higher? Do you expect more central bank purchases?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think if you look at data published by World Gold Council report just about last week. This is the third consecutive year. 2024 was the third consecutive year of gold purchases by central banks exceeding 1,000 tons. And the momentum is continuing in 2025. So China's central bank also started repurchasing gold reserves, and I think from January onwards. And, generally there is a belief that central banks holding historically have been about 10% of their funding, right? But the current trends, kind of if you analyze it, it shows that especially the Asian central banks will increase the holdings up to 30%. That may take a time of about 5 to 6 years. It's not going to be instant, right? But yes, because that is going to happen, it will keep pushing gold prices higher. And the retail participation is also very big. I think we would also see some demand revival in China. So yes, all of these factors together will keep pushing gold prices higher, I believe.
I see. Well, how are investors also viewing the trajectory of gold prices at the moment? Do they expect it to keep soaring higher? Is there another key psychological level that investors are eyeing?
Obviously, you never cease to ask me a crystal ball question.
That's why I have you on.
Okay. Given the scenarios, at least I feel that unless and until we have clarity on how Trump's universal tariffs are going to impact economic growth, right? I think the days ahead for gold are pretty volatile. Okay. Overall, I feel bulls remain in charge. And when it comes to gold, yes, it is the overall market sentiment seems to have been the biggest driving force for gold. There is the investor sentiment towards gold, I think, is very bullish. And that has also something to do with the fact that we see a meltdown in tech-based equities and risky assets. And there are continuous inflationary concerns, right? So all of this, I personally feel that, yes, they are very positive for, putting fund flow to gold. So given the current trend and given the current situation, unless and until we see something breaking or inflation, returning, I think the most logical psychological level should be around $32.50 to $3300 as a potential resistance level.
I see. Well, despite the high prices of gold at the moment, are investors still viewing gold as a safe haven?
Hongbin, in the last 5 years, we as a globe has witnessed COVID downturn. We have witnessed wars in Middle East. We have seen Russian invasion of Ukraine. We have been through the fastest pace of Fed rate hike. And all of this, gold has proven its resilience. Gold has weathered economic storms in history, and nothing will be different this time. So if we are talking about uncertain time and ambiguous tariff impacts, gold is the only safe haven people will be looking forward to, right? And yes, but I'm a trader. So from a technical perspective, when you stand at a stellar return of 65% or 70% in 3 years, you tend to have some short-term volatility. The prices have gone up so high that there has to be some consolidation and correction, and that looks very justified. So yes, investors will continue to maintain their long-term outlook on gold positive, and they will continue to see it as a store of value. However, we can have some short volatile movements.
I see. Well, for those then looking to jump into gold now, how would they invest in gold with the prices so high? Is it recommended, Priyanka?
I think so. I would not say nothing makes gold less of a safe haven asset that it is. It still remains an attractive option. However, the timeline, is missing. So we are definitely on the trajectory towards easing interest rates. That has already started, but the timeline is missing. And then we have on top of it Trump's invasion or tariffs, and there could be a time that, inflation sparks again, and whatever trajectory we are following of easing inflation and easing Fed rates, that might derail, right? So given that, I think gold might see some dips. So that gives you an opportunity to keep slowly investing or buying at dips. Or else, I would also suggest alternative like gold ETFs or probably mining stocks to have a more indirect exposure if you feel that it's investing directly into spot and futures is very high and yes, there is a risk, right? So you have other mediums to invest.
I see. Well, before we let you go here, Priyanka, what else will you be watching that could impact gold prices in the coming weeks?
Okay, the utmost concern right now is heading into tomorrow's Liberation Day tariffs. So
Right.
I personally feel that it's just a case of buy the rumor, sell the fact, The current sentiments are very weak. There is selling across major asset classes. And this all marks that markets are already negatively pricing the impact of tariffs that will happen in future on economic growth, okay? So the only thing predictable with Trump's tariff is unpredictable. President Trump says one thing and delivers something else, or at least definitely is going back on his words of the initial whatever proposal he imposed, right? So I think the most important part here is to seek clarity on what the impact of tariffs will be, and if there's an opportunity, some profit taking ahead of this could be a very good idea, I personally feel. So,
I see. I see. Well, predicting his unpredictability is always a challenge. Well, thank you so much, Priyanka, for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Hongbin.
Thank you. That was Priyanka Sachdeva, who's a senior market analyst at Philip Nova. This has been the Wealth Tracker with me, Hongbin Jung.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.